Here we are, live with leaders, continued segment. And as you guys know, for over 8 hours worth of free real estate training, go to replay.livewithleaders.com. And joining us today is Mr. Al Stasek. What's going on, Al?
What's up, Nick?
Man, I'm doing fantastic. So one thing I always like getting with the leaders about after this great event that we put on was what were some unexpected, what was like an unexpected outcome of being involved in the Live with Leaders event that we put on?
The unexpected outcome, I mean, a lot of it was unexpected because you never, I was never part of anything like that. And you guys had never put anything on like that. I think, it wasn't. So let me preface it this way. I didn't expect you to bomb it. I didn't expect you to fail because I saw the steps that we were taking from day one of when, you had the idea to when I remember the day you guys called me about it and we're like, hey, do this and this. And we strategized and masterminded a little bit about it.
Right.
And then I saw what you were doing. So I loved the strategy. I was 100% on board with the strategy and how you got all 16, speakers involved. And, it's that exponential ability to if one person, one marketer it was just you guys, right? Or even if it was just me involved in trying to get thousands of agents involved in seeing that event, then it wouldn't have been anywhere close to what it was. But you involved, it's the whole one big fire. You put 16 fires together,
right?
Actually 17 when you count you and Mike.
Yeah.
And you got 17 fires together to make one big fire, and that's what made it work. I was just so happy to see so many people on a stream at one time.
Yeah.
And the feedback that we got, that people loved it. They were, and the speakers just, again, this isn't unexpected. I know you asked me what was the unexpected, but the speakers just nailed it. I had it on all day long. I was the last one to go.
Yeah.
But the speakers, the quality of speakers was just amazing. You guys crushed it.
Yeah, no, I definitely appreciate that. And to me, I think the big unexpected outcome for me, these were all kind of like connections that I've made that, of course, that you've made as well, that I've had like personal connections with each one of the speakers. And I just assumed they all knew each other and they were all like already doing stuff together. But that wasn't the case. So the big unexpected result for me was after the fact, seeing how much more collaboration was going on between all the speakers and hopping on each other's lives, getting on coaching. Like now they're all of a sudden they're all helping coach each other's teams. And it's really great to see that kind of collaboration because you don't see that all the time. So if you want to speak a little bit about the collaboration within this one big fire you were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, and it's so cool. A lot of the speakers, we hop in each other's calendars to get on stuff. I think there's this misnomer out there that, because we're out there, calling us leaders, whatever, that we got it all figured out. Right. The fact of the matter is that we're always learning. We live like we learn like we're gonna live forever, meaning we're learning every day. We surround ourselves with humble people. Right. And when you're not clear on the direction that you need to go in, first of all, you have to have an awareness that you're not clear. Right. And sometimes you just think you're charging in the right direction. You're like, all right, we got it. But Elon Musk always says, this is kind of what he's kind of famous for saying a lot of things. But one of the things he's famous for is always think that you're wrong. Right. Now, that doesn't mean you're second guessing yourself. It just means having an awareness that you may not have it nailed. Right. Now, if you're measuring as you go, which you should with anything, then absolutely. But one of the things that, look, we've helped literally hundreds of agents double their business over the last 10 years that I've been involved in any kind of a coaching company. Obviously, now I don't coach for money any longer. I don't do that. But I will literally hop on a clarity call with anybody for 30 minutes anytime they want it to help them get unstuck. And that was something that I had to pay thousands and thousands of dollars for, as much as, $30,000 a year to hop on with some of the top coaches. And I'm not complaining because that money that I invested, I've gotten back tenfold in what I've been able to do with my businesses. But the whole point of hopping on a call with someone that you may have to reach up to is having the humility of knowing you don't have it all figured out yet.
Right.
And then having the humility of being able to get on a phone and saying, you know what, Al, Nick, man, I need help with this. Right. And so, kind of we were talking about, there. Oh, you got it scrolling down there.
Yeah.
Man, you get the tech dialed in. Yeah. Anybody, go to alstasek.com. If anybody wants, I have nothing to sell you. So if you want to hop on, you're stuck, you're a real estate agent and you want 30 minutes of my time, you can grab it. Just go to alstasek.com, click a spot that's open in my calendar, and it's all yours.
Yeah. And it's I remember there's a specific time in the office back when I was still in the office working there every single day. And we got hit with this problem. I think it was something to do with like payment for our employees wasn't going through, or like something was happening with PayPal. And we had to figure something out that day. We're banging our heads against the wall, trying to figure it out. And then I go to you and I forget the question I asked you, but you just looked at me like, what would it look like if it were easy? And I sat there for about 5 minutes, like 5 seconds even. I'm like, dude, it's that simple. So we went back, got the solution right away. And it was just that change in mindset, of change in perspective, that really got us to that next step. And I think you went through something very similar before. I went to you and that problem was solved in a matter of seconds, as opposed to the hours that I was putting in trying to figure it out myself. I finally just sucked it up. I'm like, all right, let's ask Al. Figure that out in like that quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was like Tony Robbins or somebody, and there's probably a million other people that have said it after him. But they say that the quality of your business, the quality of your life is in direct proportion to the quality of questions that you ask.
Right.
And so it boils down to, well, ask a different question. You start trying to solve a problem in your business. What question are you asking? Right. And so I don't know who told me that. What would it look like if it was easy? It might have been Mike Reese. I'm not sure. I learned from all of my people in my circle. Right. But asking that one question, if you're trying to solve a problem in your business, one question you could just ask yourself is, what would it look like if it were easy? Because we all try to complicate things so much.
Right.
I was literally just yesterday building a sales funnel out for my business. With my buddy Woods Davis, who's an amazing marketer. Right. And, we had like 2 extra steps in the funnel that we just didn't need. So we deleted it. What would it look like if it were easy? Right. And that's just a great question to, ask yourself, because it forces your mind at that point to say, am I complicating this too much? If it was just so simple, what would it be? And then if you start with that, work your way backwards, that's what's helped me come up with solutions to solve problems where I was just stuck. And I was up in my own head. I used to call it getting stuck in OT.
OT?
Overtime. OT, they say, is overtime, but I always say overthinking.
Oh, yeah.
So don't want to get stuck in OT.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just getting that fresh perspective on it, right? Like you could be stuck and narrow-minded at looking at one problem for so long. It just takes stepping back or having somebody else step back and look at the problem as a whole, right? Yeah. And I think that's a great thing about having such a diverse group to collaborate with, right? It's almost like we have specific people who have mastered certain areas. Like for me, I realize content, that's my master. That's my zone. If anybody has a question regarding content, they can come to me and either I can get them the answer or point them in the right direction. I'm not out here trying to master selling homes, right? My goal, actually, I know I'm a licensed agent, but I don't plan on buying or helping anybody sell homes. I'll point them into the direction of a badass on the Stasek team in the area to go ahead and do that, right? So for me, having the collaboration of the group that we have, to be able to be like, okay, yeah, you're a team leader. Yeah, go ask this person a question. Oh yeah, you're an indie broker. Go ask this person a question. Right. Sure. So go ahead.
That's a good point. I mean, the fact that what you're 100% clear on what your purpose is. Right. You're helping real estate agents with their content, right. and it's been a sticking point for years. Some of the best marketers out there have been able to do it and nail it, but a lot of people that are just getting started just don't even know where to start. Yeah. So you actually, you solved a problem for the marketplace, and that's what you're good at it. I mean, I'm a client of yours now as well.
Right.
crushing it for me and Jay and a lot of our other partners. So, yeah, it's what you guys are providing is awesome, but it's getting that clarity. One other thing I'll say about the clarity, a lot of times when I would hop on a call with an agent, I mean, literally this just happened today.
Okay.
Sometimes all it is you having to talk it out with somebody else. In other words, talk that problem out. And a lot of times you're going to end up coming up with the solution yourself because you're talking through that problem and telling it to someone else. Right. You know, with me as a coach, sometimes the best thing that I could do is just ask a question and shut up. Right. And a lot of times, you know, the agent comes up with their own solution. And if they don't nail it, I'm able to at least add a little bit of a tweak of you know, advice, if you will, so that they're pointing that ship in the right direction. Right. Versus trying to figure it out if it's going to work or not. I mean, if I have experience in doing it, of course, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to advise them, you know, in that way. Right.
So for the people out there that are looking at this clarity call, and maybe they never hopped on a clarity call, they don't know exactly what that is. Like, walk me through, how does a clarity call work? Like, if they hop into Al's calendar, what happens next?
Well, I mean, really, everyone's goals are different. Some people are trying to, you know, Al, you know, I'm stuck at 80 transactions. I want to get it to 100. I'm stuck at 100. I want to go to 200. Al, I'm a newer agent. I just got my license 4 months ago. I haven't had a transaction yet. How can I get to my first transaction? So there's, you know, depending on where they're at, we got to find out where they're at. And on our call, I meet the person where they're at. Obviously, I'm not going to talk to the person who's trying to get to their first transaction is the guy that is trying to get to 100. The other thing I'm going to ask is, you know, what's the goal? And then I'm going to, you know, ask again, like, is that really the goal? My goal on the call is not to give you some secret magic sauce. My goal, the most valuable thing that I can do is help you think differently about solving the problem. And we do this with our own agents on our team for years. People come to us with a problem. Okay, well, what's the problem? Well, I got this, and this. I'm like, okay, well, what are all the different ways that we can solve the problem to get to the goal? Have we tried all of the different ways, right? Just asking a question and then leading you down the path of helping you think differently. Because if we can help you think differently about solving the problems, you guys aren't going to, you're not going to have to call me back for another one, or maybe it'll be a little bit of a longer period of time before you get stuck again. And then me helping you get unstuck, getting you again clear. The biggest thing on these clarity is getting you clear, but helping you come to your own conclusion on what the goal is. Helping you get clear on your own. If it's just me getting on a call for 30 minutes and just blurting out all the answers, you're learning nothing at that point. Right. And at the end of the day, when the call's done, then the value ends. But if I can help you think differently, I think that's just, for me, that's been always my goal.
Yeah. What's up? We got Dale the Whale tuning in. What's up, Dale?
Dale?
Yeah, but that's 100%. I mean, it's like the old saying, give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, he eats for life, right? It doesn't do you any justice if they have to call you every single time they need an answer too, right? They're going to call you and then you're going to have to solve their problems. It doesn't help them grow their business whatsoever, and it doesn't help you leverage your time. But if you can walk them through the thought process to get them thinking differently on a new level, next time they call to be the next level up question, right? Like you're going to break through that and maybe even get to the next level of their business. And then that way they can continue to level up, and it helps you level up as well.
I think the number one problem, and you're right, I've learned a ton. I've probably learned more from agents that I've coached than they've learned from me. It's just, that's a blessing in itself. But I think that, you know, the biggest problem that I see, and it's not the biggest problem. What I see is the most widespread, most common problem that most agents have is they don't know where their next transaction's coming from. And it's I literally was just on a call with today with this great guy. He's out of Clearwater, Florida, and he's like, Al, I've been running through all my friends and family. I've sold them all houses. I'm going to people I graduated high school with, and I've sold them houses. But now I don't know where my next transaction's coming from. So that's probably the most common thing. And the reason that's the case is because in real estate school, nobody's teaching you how to be a marketer. They're teaching you maybe how to fill out a contract. They're teaching you how to open up a lockbox. A lot of these things, maybe at the beginning when you're a newer agent, they seem overwhelming, but they're really, really easy once you get your arms around it, and it becomes as easy as riding a bike. The hard part is, how do I turn a stranger into a customer? How can I turn an audience of people that don't know me into people that know me and that want to do business with me and that are actually calling me to do business versus me trying to beg every relative that I have, some of them that I like and some of them that I don't like, to buy or sell a home through me. So the thing that I think we've been really great at is helping people get clear on what their offer is. And there's I don't know who the guru who said this. I think it might be Frank Kern. The godfather of internet marketing is, commandment number 1, always be working on your offer. And commandment number 2, always be working on your offer. And okay, if you got to be working on your offer. If you want to double your business, then you need to double the number of offers you have out in the marketplace. If you have no offers out there, then how is anybody going to ever want to reach out to you, or how could they even reach out to, or know to reach out to you unless you have multiple offers out there in place? Do you have a website that makes a compelling offer with a unique selling proposition? And I say website, but what I'm really talking about is a landing page that you can be able to send somebody to like this, and they'll be able to hop in your calendar, get in a call with you to talk about selling their house. Right. And so these are just, if you want to attract business versus chase business, then the number one thing the principle that I think you have to just believe in is that you have to become a better marketer, not a better realtor. Yep. A better realtor is going to come with the transactions, but if you can become a marketer, you're never going to have to worry about where your next transaction is going to come from.
Yeah, and I think that's super key. It's the same thing we tell people when they're creating their content, right? If you don't tell people where to go, how are they going to figure out how to work with you, right? If you don't make it easy, and especially nowadays, making it super easy to make a buying decision, to schedule that call, to get in your calendar, to just call you. If you don't make it super simple for them to do, they're going to go find someone else who is, right? Yeah. We always say everybody's favorite button on the internet is that back arrow, right? They go to a website, they don't know how it looks, back. They go to a website, they can't find your information quickly, back. I'll spend hours looking for a simple solution when I could have spent 10 minutes trying to find like the hard way around this website. I'll spend an hour looking for an easy solution, right? It doesn't make sense, but that's just how my brain operates. I'm like, I'm looking for the easiest person. I'm looking for the easiest way to do this. We're just so accustomed to Uber, like you go to Uber, what do you do on the app? You type in an address and you hit go. That's how simple it is. Yeah. We start to expect that of every business transaction, every relationship we build has to be that simple as well. So I think that's like you're saying, like with the offers, which by the way, you guys should go to replay.livewithleaders.com to get 8 hours worth of free real estate trading. But I think it's super key. I see it all the time. Like people that have great content, but there's no call to action. I don't know what to do if I want to work with you. Right. Yeah, I think
that's why you need content cards.
Yep. Content cards. Yeah, there it is. Little plug there. Little plug.
Yes, sir.
So you were saying before, like people call you, they have these problems, and one of the main ones is just not having enough offers. Like what are some of those offers that you're referring to, as far as like if for an agent out there right now, what can they do to start having an offer and to start getting in front of more people?
Yeah, I mean, you could have an offer, a buyer offer to offer a buyer advantage program. Do you have a buyer's advantage program for your buyers? Are you just, because I'm going to tell you this, if your only value proposition to a buyer is to say, I give great service and I can open up lock boxes for you. Yeah, you're not going to win against me if I was in your market. Because I have a buyer's advantage program that articulates my value. Value unarticulated is going to be value unappreciated. Boom. So if you have a buyer's advantage program or some kind of a program that differentiates you from every other buyer's agent out there, you're going to win more business and you're going to actually earn more money because you can charge more money because you've articulated your value. Now, you may provide the same level of service as me. You may provide all the same things that I'm offering. You know, for example, in our Buyer's Advantage program, we have a love it or leave it option in there. It basically states that if you buy a house through us in the first 6 months and you don't love it and you want us to sell it, we'll resell the property for free as long as you're buying another property from me. Now, you know how many people have taken me up on that offer in the 20 years? Well, I haven't been offering it for 20 years. I've been offering about 10 years.
None.
Too many? One actually did. And I was happy to do it. They went,
you got them another property. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So, you know, we just have these little differentiators that we've put in there, that are going to give us a competitive advantage over our competition in the marketplace, simply because we're articulating our value through a program versus saying, hey, just follow me. I'll meet you at the next listing. You know, having that program. So that's like one offer, you know, depending on what market you're in. I know we're talking to people probably all over, you know, US and Canada, but you know, if you have iBuyers, you know, we have an express offers funnel that we're actually building right now. We're literally building it out right now. A couple of our agents have already tested it, but you know, this is a way that you can get listing appointments on people that want multiple offers. They're looking for offers on their house. Though those typically those are sellers who are really serious and motivated to want to sell their house. Now, does that mean that they're going to take the iBuyer offer? No. Here's what we know. You know, and this is just, again, you wanted 2 examples. So those are 2 examples of things you could be running right now. You know, 40% of sellers that actually see an iBuyer offer will click it because they just are curious what an investor is going to offer them for their house. Of the 40 people that click it that want to see what the offer is going to be, only 6% actually take the offer. So what does that tell you? That tells you that the 40% that you were able to get, 94% of them are listing leads. You know, so I mean, it's just a matter of just thinking about your business differently, getting, you know, a couple of offers, start with one and nail that offer and get it out there to start getting the pipeline of leads coming in. Another offer, you know, a popular offer that's out there a lot of times is you run a Google pay-per-click to, you know, a particular segment of the market for buyers, and you get the buyer that's searching, let's say, Cleveland homes for sale. Google. I mean, that's another offer. That offer, in my opinion, isn't as strong because anybody can go to Zillow. But we drive traffic to our website to get buyers shopping on our IDX. That's another offer. So, I mean, it's just about thinking about your business as a business, number one, because if you don't have offers out there, you actually don't have a business. You have to practice. Maybe a deal's going to fall in your lap. Maybe it won't. Maybe I'll have a good month. Maybe I won't. But it's got to be a consistent stream of business. And if you have enough of that coming in, you're never going to have to worry about where your next transaction's coming in. And more so, if you want to double your business, now you at least have the metrics and know, oh, okay, this offer is working. I'm going to double down on this and instead of spending $1,000 a month on this, I'm driving traffic to this, I'm going to spend $2,000 a month and double down on it because it's working, right?
And if you guys like those offers, you guys can get a lot more if you guys go to alstasek.com with that clarity call. But there's a couple things I want to touch on. One, and this is what I watched. I think it was a video of Jay. He's like, I didn't like the numbers until I fell in love with the numbers. What you did just right there, breaking it down, where it's like, if we spend this much money, we're going to convert this many leads, 40% out of this many, we're going to get this many leads out of it. Like, you know exactly how much am I putting in and how much am I getting out. That's where you start getting that predictable business. Because now you can say, okay, if I put 2,000 in marketing, this is the outcome I should have. If I put 3,000, this is the outcome I should have. That way you can either make the right adjustments, or on top of that too, like you said, you know where your next deal is going to be coming from. And then you could have multiple offers and you could have multiple deals coming in. And on top of that too, I think the value unarticulated is value unappreciated. That is gold in itself. And I think the one time I really realized you did a great job with a piece of content you shot. And what you did, most people will do this. They'll tell you what the market absorption rate is, how many homes are on the market this year as compared to last year. A lot of people do that. But what you did is you took it a step further, right? You said, if you're a buyer in the market, this is what this means for you. If you're a seller in this market, this is what it means for you. You clearly stated what it means to people out there if you're looking to sell your home right now. Anybody can go online and Google those numbers, right? Anybody can go online, Google some numbers, get the stats for an area, but a true expert will tell you exactly what it means for you if you're looking in the market. And I think that was so crucial with your content, is just clearly making it an easy decision to be like, okay, I do want to sell right now based on these stats.
Well, I mean, you got to really talk to who your know who your audience is,
Right.
and you don't want to talk to everybody. You want to talk to someone that's specific, and that's kind of part of the strategy of, in marketing. Who is your ideal client profile? What is it? What does that person look like? How old are they? Are they double income, suburbs? Are they looking to move up? Are they looking to move down? One of the guys that I was talking to, an agent from another one in Florida, actually, he specializes in working with senior citizens who are looking to actually move down from bigger homes. That's niche. That's just he wants the move down buyer, the buyer who's empty nesters, if you will, who kids are all moved out, now they're sitting on a 4-bedroom colonial, and they need to downsize to a 2-bedroom condo.
Right.
So that's just his niche. There's no wrong or right, but when you nail who your target audience is, then you can create the content that goes going to be around that, because those are the people who are going to have eyeballs on what you're putting out there.
Yeah, and even taking it a step further, you could create the content and you can create the specific offer that will appeal to that audience, right? So it's a whole process in the synchronicity of it. So Al, man, I really appreciate you coming on here. We'll throw it down there at the bottom again. Guys, for a free 30-minute consultation, free 30-minute clarity call, go to alstasek.com. You witnessed it here firsthand. Imagine what he can do for your business one-on-one. Thank you so much for coming on. Of course, our Live with Leaders segment. And for 8 hours worth of free real estate training, make sure you go to replay.livewithleaders.com. And Al, thanks for coming on.
Always great hanging with you, Nick. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
See you.